Welcome to Season 6, Episode 3 of Burner Talk. You are now listening to the podcast that keeps it real all the time. I'm your host, Jay Fudge, back at it again with another brand new episode. You already know, coming to you guys with the late night vibes, Burner Talk, after hours. Let's get it. Today, we've got a returning guest. My fellow music aficionado is back here with me to discuss what we think was the best music of 2024 and what you guys should check out. So we'll briefly talk about our most anticipated albums also, if we have some time. But yeah, this episode is actually a re-recording. Cole can attest to that. We'll get to in a second. But yeah, we actually recorded this entire episode last week with my friend Ethan. He's been on before as well. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it back for this one, but I'll make sure he's back on for another episode soon. But yeah, let's welcome back Cole. He has 6,000 subscribers on YouTube, one of my favorite music review channels. I think he knows a lot about music. I really enjoy hearing his opinions, and I think you guys will enjoy what he has to say. But Cole Foster, y'all know him as ColeFrosty. Welcome back, my man. What's going on? Give us an update.
Yeah, thank you for having me on because last year was a lot of fun. And I haven't still done too many podcasts in general. I've done a couple of my own, but I'm really excited to talk about new music and then also the top 10. I made a couple changes from my top 20 albums podcast I did like 2 months ago, it says. And I actually rearranged some stuff and I really like my top 10 because I think 2024 was just so much fun for music in all genres. I really expanded my taste. I got a lot of good recommendations. I was reacting to music on stream every week. I was finding good underground music, developing into different genres. And then also, it was really hard to make a list at the end of the year. So I'm leaving out a lot of good stuff. I just want to say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because we did our list last week. So I had to make a few changes because my list, it was kind of,
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, I had to make, I mean, it's pretty much the same as when we initially recorded. I just made like one change,
Yeah.
a major change, but you guys will see at the end here. But yeah, like I was saying, we had some technical difficulties. I tried using some different platforms, and now I know not to do that anymore. So we're back at it, and glad you could take the time to join me again. So yeah, let's do it again. All right. Yeah, we're going to give you guys our top 10 albums of 2024, but you guys know how we do it on the show. Start at number 10, work our way back, build a little bit of suspense. So I'll go ahead and start at number 10. I've got Tommy Richmond, his album Coyote, and a song I liked off of that was Green Therapy. I really like what Tommy Richmond is bringing to the game. He kind of brings like that older 2000s vibe, that flair. And people were saying his music is a little monotonous. I can kind of understand that. Like everything since Million Dollar Baby all kind of sounds the same. But if you listen to Coyote, I really think it's a good project, like a good something to put him out into the world, something for people to check into to show that he's more versatile than just Million Dollar Baby. Because he's not, I don't think he's a one hit wonder. I think this album shows that. But yeah, I know you like Tommy Richmond too. But yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, it made me really happy when I heard that that was your guy. It's not matching anymore on our list because you made an adjustment there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's really good. He is so much more than Million Dollar Baby. He's courtside. He was just did a big show in an arena as well in Texas, like in the last couple of days. So yeah, his album is super underrated. I think it sold like 5K and like people clown him, but he really uses his voice uniquely and it has like that synthy production. It was produced so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the thing that draws me to him is the production for sure. And he has a unique voice as well.
Yeah, he's like old school.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he tries to be like the Michael Jackson kind of thing.
Right.
Um, but for my number 10, or right before that, I want to do an honorable mention to Imaginal Disc indie pop album. I saw them live like the day after I heard it for the first time. They're really cool. The cover drew me in, but it's produced well and sung well. They're a little duo. And then also Plan A from Tekka. He keeps getting better every single summer. He comes back with Internet Money. He's been working with them. Just very consistent, just rapper overall. Like I'm a big fan of him. But to kick it off, number 10, McGee, 2 star in the Dream Police alternative album. This guy is like super rare. I feel like the way that he's playing the guitar is so unique. He's like one of a kind. And I've been looking for more like alternative stuff. But he's just super talented. Like I think he's gonna start working with big artists. And I think this record was good, and I want to see like what he does next. Like I think he's gonna blow up huge. Like the talent to me just looks unreal. But definitely recommend this album. It's like front to back, something you can listen to. There's definitely standouts like Are You Looking Up was one of the best tracks of last year.
And yeah, once again, that's why I enjoy doing these lists with you because obviously this is new music for us to listen to share with each other, and also for the audience. But yeah, I've been sending you playlists, and we're sharing each other's new music, just trying to discover new stuff. But
Yeah, very good for recommendations with Ethan in the mix as well last week.
yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Ethan. But at number 9, I got Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. I don't think I mentioned this in the initial recording, but I've actually met Tyler the Creator. He's a cool dude.
Where
And
at? What the heck?
it was in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. I was just walking with my family down Bourbon Street one day,
Oh hell yeah!
and I don't know if he was like at a hotel or something, but he was like up on a balcony, and we just waved at him, said hey. He was like, "What's
Oh,
up?"
that's sick. That's
But
almost as dope as meeting him. Like, but
yeah,
he said what up back, so yeah, that's
yeah,
dope.
yeah, for sure. That's like the only time I've met a celebrity that big. But just thought I'd bring that up. But funny enough, I don't
Flex.
really listen to him to that. Yeah, to flex that real quick. But I don't listen to him that much, honestly. He's got some dope songs, some dope hits, but I thought I'd check this one out. The ones I liked off this project were Like Him and Darling I really think that he's very versatile with his production as well too, and he's somebody that has to grow on me. Acquired taste for sure. I've never been the biggest on him, but this is something that since I listened to it, I think I'll start listening to him more.
Yeah, that's very, very dope. To my number 9, we kind of already covered Tommy Richmond's Coyote, but yeah, if you haven't heard it, hey, this is what we're out here to say, that we're fans of him and that you should go listen to it if you haven't already. But yeah, very consistent track list, man, like ridiculous. They're just, I know Tyler the Creator that you just talked about was a fan of Green Therapy. I saw him tweet that. That was one of his favorite songs of the year. That's another one, good one off there. But like a 6-minute track like Vanity is just so unique. It's insane. But go listen to that for sure.
For sure. And yeah, I kind of wish I kept Tommy Richmond at number 9. Just we're on that same wavelength. Yeah, I just thought that was dope. We had that at the same number.
Yeah,
But
the fact that we mentioned it just makes me happy.
for sure. But yeah, at number 8, I got Tyla, um, her self-titled album, Tyla. And once again, I think she has silky smooth voice, and I really liked her song Water, the one that pretty much blew her up, and she kind of came on the scene out of nowhere. But I really thought this was a good body of work, a good opening project. And usually if an album is self-titled, there's like a 95% chance it's going to be pretty solid. So I went into this
True,
one
true.
with some decent expectations, and the one I liked on that was On My Body with Becky G. And like I mentioned before, I'm biased towards Becky G. That's my girl.
Hell yeah. I like that you said that about self-titled because I instantly thought of like Playboy Cardi, which is decent, but even like Molly Santana, one of the best underground albums of the year, I'd say. It did make my top 20, so honorable mention to
Mhm.
her. But her self-titled to me was really good.
Yeah, if you're going to put yourself out there like that, you got to come with it. Can't be
Hell
too
yeah.
much.
That's a good recommendation for me. I definitely, she's like a new artist I got to try out. So I
Yeah,
just wrote that one down.
yeah, for sure.
Number 8 for me was a really good pop album, Brat by Charlie XCX. Like I jumped on the Brat Summer bandwagon, listened to this, and had so much fun to it. And she's definitely like someone that I'm like trying to go through all her albums now and whatnot. But Brat was just a really concise, good, fun track list. It was girly. It was like really fun and like club classics and 360, 365 songs like that. They play in the club and there's not like real deep meaning. It's just fun to ride around and play and you kind of feel girly. And there is a couple like deeper cuts too. Like she does talk about serious stuff on a couple tracks and like that added some depth and yeah, good replay value, great album, great just whole like moment for 2025. I think that whole movement was something that you just remember the year for, and that was a lock for top 10 the first time I heard it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely got to hop on that because, like I told you, the only time I've heard Charlie XCX's name was from Fancy with Iggy Azalea, and
Yeah,
that
I was mad I wasn't listening to her like all. Yeah, I listened to her back in the day, like a couple of her hits, but I was just
yeah,
mad I haven't been like a fan, for a few years because I'm a fan of so many other female singers and artists and pop stars. Like that's like really
right.
special to me, that like early 2010s pop era and just pop stars. So I should have been listening to her.
Yeah, for sure. And Fancy was my shit back in the day. I still listen to Fancy a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. But at number seven, I got Ariana Grande. She's been one of my favorite pop artists for a while. I mean, ever since she was on Victorious on Nickelodeon. So I've just been keeping track with her career. And, now she's doing movies and stuff big time with Wicked. Eternal Sunshine, it's her album. It's not my favorite of hers. I really like Yours Truly, and I like Positions as well because they're more R&B suited. And yeah, like we were saying, I got the Unk vibes. I really like the old school R&B soul type of vibe, and she really brought that out with her older albums. With Positions, I say is my favorite. But this was a good project overall, and the song I like off that was "The Boy Is Mine."
Hell yeah. I remember bumping some songs off that album, man. She's always just been a consistently just good pop star. Never like my absolute fave, but yeah, she's dope.
For sure.
And then yeah, the acting too. Although she's like way too skinny. It's freaky. Like I hope she's
Yeah,
good, bro. Have you seen that shit?
yeah. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness.
Yeah, the Ozempic pandemic is. I
Oh,
don't
I
know
don't even
what's.
think it's that. I just think she's always been really tiny and like, small. I
Yeah,
don't know
but I've
what the
seen I've seen like older pictures. She did not used to look like that, so I don't know what's going on. But
yeah,
hopefully she's good.
eat them oats, baby.
Get some burgers.
I rearranged a little bit more actually just now. I'm throwing Logic's for number seven, right? I'm doing Logic's Ultra 85. This was like a huge album for the fans, and it connects the story of the characters Thomas and Kai in space in a special ship, and they're trying to make it somewhere, and it connects it to the 2015 album, The Incredible True Story, which is like very cinematic and one of the best story albums ever to me. So it's like fan service. I have the book actually for anybody watching the video. I got this for Christmas and I want to show this too. Just because I just remember that. And so that can like completes the story as well. So it's all like fan service, but when Logic like raps like this, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, portraying himself as Rick Dalton, with the character from that Tarantino movie and how he feels like is amazing. Thank you for believing in me. The first track on this is insane. It's just one verse, 10-minute track, just live instrumental, like in the booth, just what's up, what's up. It's so fire. Like the middle of the album is a little bit of like my least favorite tracks. It's a little bit dull, but it's like it's a great vinyl album. It's an experience front to back. When Logic wants to be as good as possible and goes all out, he's amazing. He's always been one of my goats.
Yeah, I enjoy Logic too. He's never been one of my favorites, but like every time he comes up in the playlist during the shuffle, I never skip this song. But I've always thought he was dope.
Oh yeah. He's got
I
an underrated discography in my opinion. And shout out to
Yeah,
his producer Six. He just dropped his own album. He's like, well, on Logic's albums in his whole career, he's been so amazing and no one talks about him.
yeah, I think he's a great lyricist too. And song I usually find myself listening to a lot is Soul Food, which I know it's a little old, but that's probably my favorite Logic track for sure. But at
Classic.
number six, I've got Tim's. Someone else I definitely think you should check out, another female artist. She dropped her album called Born in the Wild, and she has that track with Justin Bieber and Wizkid called Essence
Yeah,
Banger.
I know that one, and then like you're probably gonna mention it, the Wait for You with Future and Drake. So those are the
Yeah,
ones I know.
yeah. Wait for You. That's another one. And my favorite song of hers is Free Mind. It's also pretty popular. That's probably her biggest solo song. So I know it got a lot of radio play and it gets a lot of play in my car. It goes platinum in my car, in my house. But yeah, she's very smooth, like some you play on the beach, just chilling, sipping a cocktail or something. I really fuck with it heavy.
Oh yeah,
And
sounds like a vibe.
yeah, it's a vibe for sure. And I like Get It Right and Free off of that album.
Hell yeah. Over to my number six is going to be Glave's album May It Never Falter. I think it's like probably his second best album, but he just makes like a different amount of genres. He's always like himself. He's like just so unique the way he writes, and he's like you can like rap on a couple tracks, and he does like alternative stuff and he just gives you a good experience, and he's like one of the hyper pop grandfathers, really. Like he really has been around since like 2020, like, and it's just really unique album. The replay value has been insane. I play songs like Frodian all the time. Every Dog Has Its Day has like this crazy beat drop of like just some hype shit, dude. But he just has so many unique songs. He's always been one of my favorites, and I like that he's getting a little recognition for one of his older songs on TikTok right now, which is cool. But yeah, he's just always been one of my favorites, and he just made another great album with no skips.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check him out. And Yeah, I don't listen to Glaive a lot, but I saw Leroy in Atlanta a few years ago, and Glaive was the opening act for the End of the World tour. And I was like, who is this kid? But he came out, he put on a show. Like I
Oh,
was
yeah.
impressed.
Yeah, I got
So
to see that duo last year at another tour they did.
yeah, I was impressed, and he's a really good performer in live. So I definitely gotta check out his music for sure. And at number five, yeah, number five, I've got Timeless by Kate Renata, who is a producer. He's got some bangers. The one I like of this is Witchy with Childish Gambino. I definitely think you should check this one out. He's a more suited towards that R&B type style, like very chill, laid back, which is what we talked about. That's the type of music I fuck with heavy. Um, Probably what I listen to like 70, 75% of the time. Um, but yeah, Kate Renata, he's got a song back in the day. It's called Girl. I think it's pretty popular. If you play it, you probably heard it. But he produces for a lot of popular artists, and I really enjoyed this project specifically. And this is the first time I've gotten into his music like a collaborative project. So I think it's definitely something you should check out.
Yeah, name I've heard, but then like just yeah, haven't really tapped in yet. So I
Yeah.
another good recommendation for me. My number five is gonna be I am excluding "We Don't Trust You" by Future and Metro because they're only allowed to have one, and then another artist is also only allowed to have one. Was my rule for this top 10. But "We Still Don't Trust You," the second Future and Metro album, that had kind of the R&B side, had so much replay value. It has a whole nother like mixtape slapped at the end, but this thing is just like there's maybe like one or two skips. It's kind of long, but Red Leather with J. Cole, that's just a vibe. Like you might like that one. Like if I don't know if that's in your rotation, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're just like gracious and this Sunday, and then also just like damn near every single track came to the party. The ones with the weekend, he's like featured on there three times. We Still Don't Trust You, bop. All to Myself, bop. One Big Family. There's another one, dude. This album's insane, bro. Like this side of Future was something I had to mature to enjoy, and I like this more than kind of the rap album. It doesn't have the heights that they made on the first album with We Don't Trust You, like the first one with all the features with Cardi and Travis and Kendrick, but this album was like fluently right there. Like this might be my favorite Future album.
Yeah, that's dope to hear. And once again, Future is another one of my OGs. Like I've been listening to him since, he basically started. He's like the Prince of trap, if that's a
Yeah,
might be a way to put it.
Young Thug too. Like
Yeah,
just the
Young Thug.
inspiration is crazy from those guys, man.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been listening to them since like 2013, 14 when they were dropping their first
Yeah.
mixtapes,
He
like
always like
back to
raps
Pluto.
in similar lanes, but he like always delivers and somehow like is always pretty consistent. Like he's got a few
Mm,
skips here and there. Like, he can miss and
yeah,
do
for
some
sure.
weird stuff like Superstar. Like he gets weird with his vocals or that one weird one off mixtape Pluto where he's screeching. But yeah, he's just like the trap goat, bro.
Yeah, I know he's definitely likes to try new shit like that. La di da di da, slob on me. You
Yeah.
remember that? Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's just throwing shit in the wind, see if it sticks, throwing on
Yep.
the wall. But yeah, that's my guy. But at number four, I got Sabrina Carpenter. She actually dropped a spot from last week because Cole over here enlightened me. It's a good album, and once again, I like my white girl music. I like my Disney pop star type shit. But you made a good point with the lyrics. They're awful.
Yeah, that's why I said that was the big standout to me when I reacted to that album because I was excited for it. I'm a huge fan of the hits like Please Please Please, Espresso, Taste, like all June I think's another one. There's a couple, but yeah, half
Yeah,
of it is skips to me because I'm just grossed out by the lyrics. Or she says like ridiculous lines, like she just forced so much like gross, what would you even call it, explicit things. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
she forced too much of that for me. But I love those girl pop albums, but it just was a little much for me.
yeah. Even with Espresso, with the lyrics being god awful, it's still a bop. Like it's
Mountain Dew you for you.
yeah,
Yeah, that one's just a bop, bro. Like even just the beat, the way it's just a delicious song, bro.
yeah. Soft skin, I perfumed it for it. Like what are we talking about here?
The perfect pop hit, bro. Like
But yeah, I love the beat of Espresso. Like I just love that shit. But we were talking about it, how I had last year when we did this exact same episode, I had Olivia Rodrigo top three or four.
yeah,
But we
she's
I was
so much
saying that
better.
yeah, Olivia Rodrigo, like she actually writes her shit. Sabrina, you can tell she's not writing that. Like she's got ghostwriters or something, and whoever the ghostwriters are need to be fired. But Olivia Rodrigo, like driver's license, I can't think of her
Yeah.
other songs right now, but you can
Yeah.
tell
She
that
has a
she
lot of
writes
pop
those.
punk stuff I like.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And her debut album was elite. But yeah, I like Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter just for taking it at face value, not getting too deep, just something to vibe to. But Espresso, Please, 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 like you mentioned, and Bid Kim, favorite songs off of there.
Hell yeah. To my number four, I got Charm by Clairo. She's just an immaculate singer. The way that she incorporated jazz into her alternative albums, like she's just getting better and better. I feel like every single album, songs like Thank You and Sexy to Someone, Add Up All My Love, like, oh my goodness, it gets so much plays. Like Nomad is beautiful. I wouldn't expect to play an alternative album like this so much, but it's perfect for vinyl. Something you play front to back. It's just produced so well. Like songs like Terrapin. There's just so many unique piano riffs or just choices in the production. Whether it's vocally on Juna using her voice as a trumpet. That's like the biggest hit on there.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like so unique. She's got so much depth and she just made a phenomenal album. Her best to date. I mean, I was already a fan, but I became so much more of a fan. I'm trying to see her at some festival in a cornfield in Iowa later this year. I just found about it today.
A
I need to
cornfield,
go. Yeah, it's in like
cornfield album.
August. It's middle of nowhere.
Okay, interesting.
Like, yeah, it's like 2.5 hours away. I'm like, bro, I need to go. Because Tyler's on the same day, I guess. I don't know what this is, some Iowa cornfield festival. Like no one's ever heard
Damn,
of this. That's why I gotta shout it out. Because I just found out about this August.
damn, a cornfield. Yeah, you might want to get out of there before the sun goes down. Cornfield in Iowa is wild. But yeah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, you said she used her voice as a trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just watching Pitch
It
Perfect.
was like
Like,
"Brum, brum, 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 brum." I'm not good at it,
yeah,
but
yeah, I was just watching Pitch Perfect. It's reminded me of the acapella shit like they do, like creating the
yeah.
beats
Yeah.
using their voices as instruments. But that's dope. That's dope. I'll check that out, and I have that written down as well. But at number three, I've got it's kind of a surprise because Kendrick is my favorite rapper of all time. But I've got GNX at number three. And my favorite songs off of there is Luther with SZA. That's obviously a banger. Everybody knows that song. Dodger Blue, and then Heart Part Six. And I think it's just a good project overall. I really enjoyed him performing it at the Super Bowl. Calling out Drake was petty as hell. It was hilarious.
it was
But
so funny though.
yeah,
Like the halftime show is so overhated, bro. Like what did he was actually good.
yeah,
Like other than the
I think
set
he did a
list
great job.
missed a couple times. But other than that, like it was like pretty good. Like the USA flag dancers were hard. Like the
Yeah,
songs he played, just dissing Drake was crazy, bro. That shit was fire.
yeah. Having Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam, I think they did their thing. They killed it.
Yeah,
But yeah, overall, I think it's a great project. Definitely not my favorite from Kendrick by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still
yeah,
a
I
really good
agree.
project.
Yeah, he's definitely got a couple better, obviously, but this is actually kind of a fun album. I think the title track is god awful though. It's like I can't even believe that song got released. I gotta say that. But I play this
next.
album more like now, more than ever. Like it's definitely growing
Yeah,
on me.
yeah, for sure.
To my number three, Yeet dropped two albums this year. He came out with this, I would call it, an experimental album for his discography, 2093. He only featured Wayne, Future, even though he wasn't mixed, and Drake on here. It was a pretty long album, but I always wanted Yeet to go to the future in space with his production, the mixing, the transitions, everything is so epic. The sense of it just basses and spaceship noises, and like there's some rap songs on there too which are nice, like You Should Know and Psycho CEO is the intro is crazy, but him going to the future, this is what I always wanted from Yeet. This is him at his full potential, going crazy with the production, like his most like well put together album. It wasn't just songs thrown together, you know what I mean, on some mixtape shit. Like this was a fucking experience. This was amazing. His best album by far. And there's a whole nother half of Yeet fans or hip hop fans that hate it and trash it. But Cardi just had a snippet on one of these type of beats, and then people what do? They start switching up this week. I've already seen it. This
Right.
album is like from day one. I've been loving it, and I think this will like last the longest in Yeats catalog. And like this is what he should be known for. It's phenomenal.
And yeah, that's really kind of my standard right now. That's what I've really come to appreciate. about projects is when they're cohesive and they tell a story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Like
one
that
of
new
the
Weekend album, like
yeah, the weekend.
phenomenal. Like
Yeah,
when we
exactly.
talk about experience, like that's a 10 out of 10 experience.
Right. Yeah, something you're supposed to listen to from top to bottom, not just shuffle and do whatever. But yeah, I hold that to a higher standard. And I started that with Don FM, just with the Jim Carrey narration and the whole 80s radio
Yeah.
aesthetic. I
The
thought that
whole
was dope.
trilogy was crazy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But I've really come to appreciate that when the music tells a story. And, obviously the weekend does his thing with the transitions. So it's like it doesn't even feel like you're listening to a different song. It's just a
Yeah.
cohesive project. So I really enjoy that part of it. But at number two, I've got We Still Don't Trust You, one you already mentioned, Metro and Future. The ones I like of that is Fried Chia Vibe, Like That is the obvious one, and then Everyday Hustle with Rick Ross. And honestly, wait, I'm thinking these might have been on the original. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got them mixed
Are you
up.
doing the first or the second one? You want the trap album, the R&B one? Which one's your number two?
The second one is my number
The
two.
one that I mentioned,
Yeah,
we still don't trust you. Yeah, the
yeah,
R&B
we
one.
still don't trust you. Yeah, but I think I have songs on here from the first
Yeah.
one, so it's
We
kind
said
of
like that chiller stuff's your vibe, so it makes sense why
yeah,
you like that one. Like that, I was complimenting that side of Future too.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But I mean, they were both dope. I enjoyed both of them equally personally. But yeah, I'm doing the same thing you did. I don't want to put somebody twice because that takes away from another artist who could have that spot. So yeah, got We Still Don't Trust You on number two.
Hell yeah. My number two is my top rap album of the year, Corday with the Crossroads. I think he put out his best album. He really pushed the pen, started having soul samples. He had Lil Wayne on there twice. Hits, bro. Hits. The way they just rapped on Saturday mornings was literally my song of the year. If anybody watched that, literally my song of the year. Those two. I love that they collab. And then yeah, Anderson .Paak, they're making hits, all these features with like Joey Badass, and like he got Kanye on there on some graduation shit. Like the beats are so good. It was just the easiest listening experience of my life. It was instantly his best album. I heard it once. I'm like, dude, that was a fucking breeze. I'm gonna be playing every track off this. Phenomenal. Like I was
Nice.
waiting a while for that album, and I actually got a chance to talk to him on like Twitter Spaces and stuff. And then I actually texted him. That was one of my coolest things last year was I had texted his phone number that artists have, and it
Mhm.
goes to like it's not like their own personal cell, but it is them. It's not a robot. It's something that they can just open on their phone, an app on their phone, and then text their fans back. And then I was like, "Yo, I'm ColeFrosty, bro. You gotta tap in because I've been a huge fan. You're a big inspiration of me." And he's like, "Bro, I actually know who you are. Like I've watched some shit, you know what I mean? Like he's
That's
him
dope.
and his high level page. I was like, yeah, you guys gotta sign high level like YouTubers and like streamers and like content creators and like journalists and stuff to his like brand. That's his brand is high level. But his mantra, his way of life, and the way he speaks is so cool to me. He's a big inspiration to me, and it's really cool that he texted me back and was like, yeah, like I actually know who you are. So it's cool.
That's dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. I thought those numbers were just like AI or somebody texting back for them because I texted.
Yeah.
It was like Jack Harlow or something like that. I was like, "There's no way in hell Jack Harlow is responding to me," but
Mhm.
I just did it as a
Yeah.
test run.
Usually they do give you alerts. Like I know the trippy one that I get, it gives you alerts for like when new merch drops, like oh new
Right.
single, like it gives you a link to it,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, we're already yeah, this kind of came quick. If it seems like we're rushing through this episode, it's because we are kind of rehashing the exact same thing. But
I don't know. I feel like it's been good too.
yeah, yeah. But at number one, can I get a little drum roll?
Hey, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Number
All
one.
right, number one, let's do it. It's the one you literally just said. And this is what I was talking about. I didn't have this album in my list at all last week, and now it's at number one, which is crazy. This makes me look bad, but
Yeah. I love how you did put this in your list and then you fixed it going into
yeah,
this week, re-recording it, and then you had it your number one. Like it makes the episode better, with the drum roll.
yeah, for sure. Luckily, this is the episode going out into the public, not the other one. But yeah, The Crossroads by Corday, as you mentioned, I just think he's real, he's genuine, he's authentic. And I listened to him on Stephen A. Smith's podcasts a few months ago when he was promoting The Crossroads, just him talking about it. And like you're saying, I really okay. There's one track I don't like on here. I don't know if you agree, but it's syrup sandwiches. I can't do
Uh, yeah, I get that. That's
it.
not one of my favorites. I think it's just like cool rap joint, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
on. It's an interesting beat. It's an interesting pocket to be in, honestly. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe it just needs to grow on me, but syrup
No,
sandwiches is
I
is a
get it.
skip. It's a skip for me.
Yeah, but
Everything
those
else,
songs, like when he has meaning about like his kid on Shia Fani, I remember you mentioned that last week. I couldn't
yes,
remember the title. Like stuff like that is so cool. I just pulled up the track list.
yeah. Shia Fani, dedicating that to his daughter.
Nothing's promised, bro. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, bro. Back on the road with Wayne. The way Wayne's verse ends and goes into Corday's just hypes
yeah,
the fuck out of me, bro.
yeah. It's dope. And
Oh six Dreamin', bro. He's talking about his mom trying to get American Idol, but he's the kid in the family that ended up being like famous and like using he sampled his mom's old track. That shit is
yeah,
hard, bro. Like she
yeah.
used to be a singer. Like, bro, he went
Production is dope.
all out, bro. Like this shit has attention to detail.
He did, and I enjoyed "Don't Walk Away" too. That's one of the chiller songs.
Dude, that
Summer
one grew
Drop.
on me so much. I love that one now.
Yeah, "Don't Walk Away." Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Raven Lene a lot. Her voice is kind of unorthodox, but it
Yeah,
fits with
Jordan
this.
Ward too. That was
Yeah,
my
Jordan
first
Wood.
time hearing both of them, but yeah, I gotta tap in.
Yeah, and Juicy J always brings it. Summer Drop with Anderson .Paak. Love Anderson .Paak, and I think they mesh well together. Corday and Anderson .Paak. They got two tracks on here. The other one's a bonus track with two tens. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it, and I like how the intro is a sample of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and that's the whole name of the album is The Crossroads, which is by Bone Thugs and Harmony, and then it goes into the intro. You can hear that sample, and yeah, like you said, it's a really great album, and that's my number one. I'm sorry, Corday, for leaving you out. That's on me. That's on me.
Like it's just funny to me that Corday like never missed on a verse. He was just on point. Like, and then he had songs with Juicy J and Ty Dolla Sign. I promise you, when I see a rap album, I see those features. I'm just like, yeah,
Right.
is it gonna be good? Like I'm doubting it. And then he still was on a run. And then yeah, like to me it was no skips, but yeah, I was on the fence with like maybe one the first listen, but I was like, nah, fucking immaculate.
Maybe syrup sandwiches will grow on me. I'll
Full
try
glaze, bro.
them.
Yeah, I don't know. If they made another track, I think it could be better though. I will say
Yeah.
that for Joey and Corday.
Yeah, for sure.
Usually Corday and whoever he's with, like Wayne, like they really push each other and make each other better. That was, yeah, I'm kind of with you. I was like, oh, it's cool. Like it's a cool album song. Like bottom of the album for me though. Like I get that for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Enough glazing of the Corday, man.
All right.
Number one for me.
Here's your drum roll. I don't know if y'all can
Thank
hear
you.
that.
Thank you. Yeah. No, it appears in the headphones. Yeah, I've got a big switch up because my list is all over already, probably. And yeah, number one is Post Malone with F1 Trillion. Post Malone has obviously had a career where he started as like a SoundCloud rapper. He's dropped hit records. He's got like 6 albums now. Now he's done like country and folk. He's done pop, hip hop. Just he's done so much. He's got 10 diamond records, whatever. Like this guy's ridiculous. I think he's making his last like 3 albums are his most personal in his writing and really connect. And I think they're actually some of like his best records because you go back to Beer Bongs and Bentleys, Hollywood's Bleeding. They have so many skips, bloated track list for pop records, Halsey features, G-Eazy, whatever the hell. And yeah, it's bloated. There's obviously classics on there, but I'm not listening to Rockstar by 21 Savage right now anymore, bro. I'm gonna keep you real. I'm gonna keep it real.
Facts.
So I think
Yeah.
his music actually, the last 3 albums have been super, super underrated. They're not, he doesn't have as many hits those last few years since he's become a father, which he talks about on Yours, which is beautiful on this track list. But he had straight country legends on this track list, like on every single song except for three. The 3 solo songs were good, but that was his tactic of moving into country was getting Morgan Wallen, Blake Shelton, Dolly Parton, Brad Paisley, Luke Combs, Lainey Wilson, all of those tracks, insane. Like 3 to 9 on this track list, bro, is insane hits. A lot of like pop country. There's a few slower songs on there. There's a whole like team of producers and people in collaborators with Posty on this record. That's kind of what it is. It's this huge, big mainstream country moment because or not Blake Shelton, sorry, Luke Combs wrote like half these songs. Ernest is in the booth. He gets Jelly Roll on there, like just and then he kind of taps into his roots and gets Billy Strings and he gets like some fiddle shit. You know what I mean? The whole
Yeah.
deluxe had some honky tonk. Like he had different styles of country too, which was so cool. But all that songwriting and hit making ability on like choruses and singing so well song structures just translated right over to country. And like country sounds the best in the summer on the golf course for sure. I was playing the F out of this, bro. Drinking. I mean, just infinite replay value. And to me, I base my rankings off of how much like I enjoy them, how much I'm playing them. And this was the one where I'm playing every track all the time. It was impossible to even pick a favorite. It changed every time I listened to it. I just play this the most.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm not big on country. I'm not gonna lie, I don't listen to country at all, but I
Yeah,
do
us
like
Nebraskans out here, us white boys, you know.
gotta be on it. Yeah, out in them cornfields. But yeah, I'm in the heart of country music. I'm in Nashville, but at the
Yeah,
same
which I
time,
think he made like this entire album there too.
yeah, yeah. So it's something I'm definitely gonna check out. I think Post has found his lane for sure.
Yeah, when it's
And
a nice sunny day, throw this on for the first
right,
time if you're feeling it.
right. Yeah, I think Post has found his lane. This is something he's gonna stick to. So I'll definitely check it out. And obviously I do like Post's older stuff when he was doing more of the, the pop rap, punk,
Yeah, but he
stuff
can
like that.
obviously still get hits in this lane because what was the biggest song on there? I had some help with Morgan Wallen, like just
Right.
textbook hit single, like one of the biggest songs of last year.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, we're almost out of time. We got this done quick. Thank you again for coming back on, Cole.
Yeah, bro. Dude, this is so much fun. Call me up next year.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. We gotta make this a yearly thing, man. I got you, and I appreciate you again for coming on, and taking the time, man. But yeah,
Yeah, thank you, man.
we got it done. No technical difficulties. We'll actually get this episode out, hopefully. But yeah, thank you again, man. All right.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks again to Cole for joining me. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts at. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Cole on YouTube as well, ColeFrosty. Go check
Yeah,
him out.
we grinding, baby. As much as I can every day, man. Push
Yes, sir.
yourself.
Yes, sir. We both grinding, both sides, trying to get that content out. But yeah, I got more merch on the way as well. If you guys want to buy some cups, some hoodies, just DM me. I'll have my information
Yeah, I
in
gotta
the
message you
bio.
about that, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gotta check it out. Be a model, get some of the merch, post it. And yeah, guys, I'll have the description in the bio when I post this episode. And as always, thanks for keeping it real. This is your host, Jay, and you just listen to Burner Talk. I'm out of here. Peace.